Yo, what up, man? Um, this is really weird. This is super fucking weird right now, and I don't want, I don't want to, I don't want to start like fucking tearing up and shit like that. But I probably won't. Um, Shit, I done accidentally sent a screenshot in this bitch. I don't even know how I did it. Oh man, so I'm gonna try to get through this, man. It's not even so much about trying. I'm gonna just do like I normally do and ask you politely to, fasten your seatbelt, lock your doors, roll your windows up. If you got something to smoke, go ahead and smoke it. If you got something to drink, go ahead and drink it. I can't really tell, the pill poppers and the other drug users what to do because I don't do it, so I don't know what that makes you feel like and how it makes you react to that extent. But what I will say is thank you for taking this ride with me. I appreciate it. And there's a few things that I wanted to talk about tonight. I had to kill the music in the background, man, because Facebook and everybody else that was on my ass. But I think I can have it like super, super faint, and it we'll be all right. So hopefully that shit works, man. But there's a few different things. One of my closest friends, he said some shit to me tonight, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I wasn't even on that shit, or maybe I was and I didn't really know it. So again, thank you. I definitely, this one's definitely for you. But I wanted to talk about a bunch of other stuff. And, anytime I pre-arrange what I want to talk about, can I complete the task? Yeah, but it never feels authentic. It never feels good to me. And anytime that I wrote poetry, anytime that I wrote rhymes, anytime that I wrote anything down, it always came from a feeling of that initial reaction, write it all out, get it over with. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long, but just get it out. That's how my shit comes out. And anytime I had to like sit and try to process something and put it together and create it in a different kind of way, I don't know, it always felt fake to me. So I never did it. And that's the same thing with this. I would love to be more consistent. I would love to set times and do that, but that's not going to happen right now. So anyway, I digress. There's a lot of things going on right now with me that, some people understand. Some people have an idea. I've gotten some great advice from some people that I really care about and I value their opinion. And I've got advice from people who are supposed to be elders, or they're supposed to be people that I'm actually supposed to consult for guidance. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there's some slick motherfuckers out there. One of my friends from Belize, he always told me, he said, don't even trust your own finger because that'll point you in the eye. That'll poke you in the eye. I said, you know what? I done poked myself in the eye one time with my own finger. He must be on to something. Well, I see that shit now. I see it now. But that's not why I'm here tonight, man. I'm still stalling. This is me stalling in the future. I was thinking about my dad tonight after all of that. And I was thinking about him in the sense of traveling with him was probably one of the best things that's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It could be good, could be bad, but I don't know. Right now, it's one of the best things. Because I got to see so much of the world at a very young age. I got to learn respect at a very young age. And I think you learn that being in boxing or, you can learn respect anywhere, but I think you definitely learn it being there. You learn discipline. so many things right now are coming to my mind at one moment. I apologize. But I saw a lot of the world at a very young age. I saw things that I shouldn't have seen. I saw things that, and with the kind of way that I was living, you learn very early, how to lie, how to hide things, how not to say this, not to say that, how to tell this person what, to tell that person that. And, you learn that shit at a very young age, very, very young age. You also learn how to be a little more mature than, what you act or your age. You're definitely going to learn how to be more mature for your age. That's hands down. You know what? Y'all really want to take a ride with me real quick? The whole entire time I'm talking to y'all, I'm telling myself that you stalling, because I know what I want to say and I know who I want to say it to. I wanted to come on here tonight because I wanted to make a recording for my dad. I wanted to say things to him and talk to him that I may not ever get the time to say to him, because he might not remember it. And in my lifetime, probably since I want to say since about 2012, maybe 2013. No, actually, shit. Maybe like 2010, 2011. I met a person whose father died. And I would always listen and they would tell me about their experience, and I would tell them a little bit about what I was going through and why I was bothered with my father. And they would always say, it's your dad, it's your dad, it's your dad. My mother has said that to me. Strangers have said that to me. Family members have said that to me. But I've always been like upset. There's always been like this really interesting love, hate, hurt relationship. It's always been like that. And each person I talked to, they'd always say, no matter what, I wish my dad was still here. So, if you guys ever listen to this, when I see you individually, I'm going to thank you. Because everything that you said then makes sense to me now. And to anyone listening, hopefully, the relationship isn't beyond a point to where the scars can't be healed and repaired, even if for a moment. Hopefully. And if that's the case, then try to do what you can to mend it up. The older I get, the more I realize, man, people are who the fuck they are. It's how you want to react to their shit, what you're going to allow. As you get older, you realize that shit. As I'm getting older, I realize that. I thought I was ready to talk to my dad tonight. And I want to do it, but I'm not trying to be fucking boo-hooing this shit on here right now, man. Like, that's not really the thing for me to do right now. But I'm going to say this. I can't tell you this much. Hold on one second. I'm taking y'all with me the whole way, man. I'm not doing this one live tonight because there's a lot of stopping and starting. So just give me a second. Oh, man. So, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll do some editing or some shit like that, but I was thinking and I was talking about something to myself tonight. I'm not even going to try to continue where I was before, but I will say this much. I won't be able to continue. I can talk about something different. I won't be able to talk about that exactly the way I was at that moment. So that moment might be gone. But I do want to say this. Everyone who knows me knows that I don't say my dad often. Like, I don't think I ever said. I always say my father. That's what people know. They know that shit since I was whenever. But I was typing something tonight, or I was thinking about something, or I was kind of maybe preparing a little speech for me coming on here, and I said my dad. I said my dad. And it tripped me out, man. It tripped me out because for the first time ever, I felt that sense of, like, dad. Like, it almost was like there's all these fucking walls just, like, melted away. Like, everything just fucking dissolved. Like, you know, fucking turned into putty. And I saw my dad. You know, I didn't see my father. I saw my dad. And then I remember one time Jaden, for y'all who don't know, I got a 15, soon to be 16-year-old daughter named Jaden. But I remember she'd be like, father, and she would say shit like that. And it just hit me just now. I was like, damn, did I sound like that talking about, you know, my dad? Because I remember people, even when I was young, they were like, why do you say it like that? And I was just like, I don't know. I think when I was really, really young, maybe I have to ask him. But I think when I was really, really young, he said some shit to me about, like, I'm your father. I think he said something like that to me one time. And I think that's the main reason why I said it. Now, as I got older, it might have been other reasons, but I think that's why I said it. As a matter of fact, he called himself that. He never said, like, yeah, I'm his daddy. Like, he never said that shit like that. He said father. So I guess that has to be the reason why. But anyway, back to what I was saying before. I said that tonight. I said my dad tonight, and like I said, a lot of shit was melted away. And I think one way or another, our relationship is about to change. I wanted to talk to him, and I need to talk to him. And from the emotions that I was feeling earlier to right now, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. I don't know if it's a fear factor. I don't know if it's I still look at him a certain type of way. I thought I didn't. I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of different things that I think it could be. There's a bunch of different things that I know that it is. I go back to something that I recorded and I didn't post it yet. And there was something that I said in a previous story. I can't really say I regret it, but I know why I did it in my heart. I know why I did it in my heart. And I think, so my father would always tell reporters, he would always say, or maybe not so much reporters, but people around, I think family members and stuff like that. He would always say, I'll stop fighting when my son tells me, it's time to retire. He always told me that. A lot of people will talk to me about it. A lot of people will say, try to find out when is he fighting again. Oh, he shouldn't fight, and this, that, and the third, and, X, Y, Z. Fuck. But I never said anything. I never said anything to him, Now, as a man, I look back and it's like, okay, well, was I not man enough to say something to him? Because I know the child, or I don't know, you can figure out what it is, because I'm still trying to figure it out. So maybe you can help me. But I know that's like the one thing I could never bring to myself to tell my father, like, it's time to retire. Like, I knew that's all he had. He had boxing all his life. That's it. That's all he had. Like, when he had to get a job, he got a job. He was able to kind of like maintain, but all he had was boxing. That was his thing, boxing and animals. So sticking on the boxing tip, I never wanted to say nothing to him. And let me not say the first person, but one person that I remember being around and respecting a hell of a lot because he said it. Man, I don't even want to say his name like that. But he's definitely somebody who is in the business. I met him when I was around 15 or 16. And I will always respect him for that right there. I will always respect him. You did something that I never could do. I never could do it. Shit, if he told me he wanted to have an exhibition tomorrow, I'd probably be the one training him. Like that's and I mean exhibition, like with old people boxing or some shit like that. That's just the truth about it. That's just the truth about it. Obviously, we don't know. I don't think I could have stopped him, but we really don't know. I say all that to say now I have to have a conversation with him, and it's very similar. I don't think anybody else can have the conversation that I need to have with him. I think, I don't know. I got to talk to him. I got to tell him something that he's not going to want to hear. A lot of what I wanted to say and talk about when I was on earlier had to do with, originally it was me thanking him for allowing me to travel with him. I'm pretty sure in one way, shape, or form, it was a trade-off, man. You brought me around and I had your back. Period, point blank. That's what it was. Couldn't control you, but I had your back. I think what bothered me the most is you turned on me. You snapped at me one time too many. That shit hurt. Took me a long time to get over that shit. Long time. But I know that's where the relationship, partly where it changed. But I'm still thankful for everything. The memories that I have will definitely last a lifetime. And the stories that I tell, they're going to last a lifetime. I'm looking at you in my mind right now. And to myself, I'm like, man, I get it. I get it. You're a fighter, period, point blank. That's the perfect definition of it. I get it. I don't think I'm going to be mad at you anymore. Which I've been mad for a very long time. It's going to take me a little bit to try to lighten up and to try to, as you say, not keep my hands up. I ain't even going to lie. My hands always going to be up. Period, point blank. But I say this much. I say, you know when you come out and you look the other way and, you touch gloves and look the other way, somebody could actually sneak you when you do that, especially when the round starts. I guess I'd say